Welcome back, friends, to another episode of Faded Chronicles. My name is Daddy Steve. Notice that my name has changed from Max Faded to Daddy Steve moving forward. I kind of did a little rebranding. I'm in the process of rebranding, so from this day forward, I'm going to be Daddy Steve instead of Max Faded. And I'll probably make a video on why I made the change in the future. But for all you need, all you need to know now is that I've switched over to Daddy Steve. It makes me laugh every when I say it. Anyways, today's episode is going to be about game selection. What game you should decide on when you become a streamer, or as you become a streamer, what games you want to play. Oftentimes, people really want to become variety streamers, meaning that they stream a number of games. They're not tied to one particular game. So I kind of want to go over the pros and cons to being a variety streamer versus being a single game streamer, and kind of let you know what my thoughts were on the whole process when I first started streaming, why I took the path that I took, and then also my future game plans, like what I want to do with the stream moving forward. So yeah, let's get right into it. Game selection matters tremendously. The easiest way to get that point across is oftentimes games have short shelf life, meaning that they don't last very long, or they get played and then they're no longer played again. A lot of those games are usually RPGs. They have limited replay value. People that have played through the game most likely do not want to see the game play again unless there's like alternate endings or something, or they just are really passionate about it. But for the majority of people, RPGs have very limited replayability. Obviously there are certain exceptions, especially with mods and things like that, but we're talking about the core game here. And so if you're a diehard RPG fan and you want to stream this RPG, just know that that RPG may not have enough legs or replayability to become a popular game to stream on Twitch. Now, you don't necessarily have to go and stream the most popular game on Twitch, which right now it's Fortnite actually, or League of Legends. You don't need to necessarily do that either, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But you do need to be aware of how popular the game is that you wish to stream, and that's if you're just being if you want to be a single game streamer. Now, if you want to jump into variety broadcasting or variety streaming, where you stream a different game every day, you have to understand the risks that comes with that. So before we get into that, though, let's talk about why a game is important, how it impacts the community that you build, and really how it dictates your future growth as well. So with that being said, let's just roll back to actual community building. In order to build a community, you obviously need to network with people and you need to make friends with folks. And in order to do so, usually you go to specific directories within a platform. So Mixer, Twitch, whatever it may be. There are specific directories and they're usually tied to different games. In order to do that, you'll need to network with other people. You'll need to become friends with other people. You need to attach yourself to other communities, and in turn, those communities and those people that you make connections with will come back and support you. So oftentimes, the easiest way to make connections and the easiest way to network is by focusing on a single game. When you focus on a single game, it makes it a lot easier to make connections because you're only focusing on one directory as opposed to being a variety streamer and focusing on a number of different games. Another strategy that you could use when deciding what you want to do is maybe deciding on the game's genre. So instead of deciding on a specific game, maybe you like specific types of games, like you like shooters, or you like you like RPGs, or you like the battle royale games, or you like racing games. Like if you limit yourself to genres, then you can become known for those particular games, or even fighting games, for example. You can be known for those games, and every time a new game comes out that is in that genre, people know that you're going to be playing that game, and they'll tune in to check you out. So there's a number of strategies that you can employ to really determine what type of streamer you're going to be. And again, it goes back to self-reflection. What do you want to do? What games interest you? What brings you the most joy? For me specifically, I chose probably the worst game you could probably choose on Twitch, which was League of Legends. At the time that I chose League of Legends, it was the #1 game on Twitch by far. And it has consistently been in the top 3 throughout my entire streaming career since last June. The problem with picking such a large game is that early on you're not going to have any viewership, and the directories are organized in a way that the people with the highest viewers are on top and people with the lowest viewers are at the very bottom. So in the beginning, obviously you're not going to have any viewers and you're going to be driven all the way down to the bottom of the directory. Now that wouldn't necessarily be an issue if the directory were small, say you're playing like Borderlands 2 or something. Well, there's not that many people playing Borderlands 2, so you being at the bottom of that directory is not as bad as being at the bottom of a directory like Fortnite or League of Legends, where there's literally tens of thousands of streamers streaming this game that may have higher viewer counts than you, that keep driving you to the bottom of that directory, that makes it harder for people to browse and discover you. So it's important to understand that whatever game you decide, make sure you're looking for a game that isn't too huge, isn't oversaturated, but is also something that is not dead and actually has a consistent viewership, and on top of that, a good community involved with it too. League of Legends has historically been known to be a toxic community. Luckily, I haven't witnessed that myself particularly, but it has a reputation for being a very toxic community. As are like other communities that I've heard in the past. I heard Elder Scrolls Online, that community was very toxic as well. So I mean, there are some directories that are known for toxicity, as opposed to like Destiny. The Destiny community was known to be the beacon of Twitch, where it was the #1 destination to go to grow a stream back in the day when the first Destiny came out. It made many streamers partnered because of the way they supported one another, and I'm talking about they as in streamers. The Destiny streamers, the big dogs supported the small dogs, and everybody helped everybody out to grow. Not all directories are like that. So there's a lot to take into account when you're doing game selection, but make sure you look at the growth of the game, the potential growth of the game, how the game's done over time. You may not even, before you even decide to stream, you may want to just take a note for like a week straight of the top games. And then also look at the top games at when you plan to stream. Because certain days, certain times of the day, certain games are more popular than others. So if you're streaming at night, the game that's popular during the day might not necessarily be the number one game at night. So just make sure whatever time you're streaming that you're checking out what games are popular during those times, and then streaming at that time. But by no means am I telling you to stream a game just because it's popular, because if you do not like that game, and you have no interest in that game, your viewers will find out eventually. No matter how good of an actor you are, you will just get irritated at the game. You will lose motivation to play that game, and you just won't put on a good show. So make sure you're choosing the game because you love the game, because you're passionate about the game, and that it actually brings you entertainment. Don't just play a game because it's amazing. Like for me, for example, I do not like Fortnite. I've never been a big fan of Fortnite. I don't like the building aspect of Fortnite. It never has appealed to me. I prefer PUBG over Fortnite. And right now, Fortnite is blowing up on Twitch because of a streamer named Ninja. So I mean, it's just crazy that how big that game has gotten. It's even past League of Legends, which League of Legends has been #1 for so long. I mean, PUBG would beat it for a few times, but League of Legends has consistently been #1, #2 this whole entire time that I've been streaming. So I could definitely have a knee-jerk reaction and jump on that bandwagon to go join Fortnite, but that game doesn't appeal to me. If I were to stream that game, I would not be happy. It's not a game that would excite me. It's not a game that would motivate me to want to come back and stream again. So therefore, I don't stream it. The reason I stream League of Legends, despite all the reasons not to stream that game, it being too big, oversaturated, low discoverability, being around for a long time, and a toxic community, everything that says don't stream League of Legends, I stream League of Legends because I was very passionate about it. I'm not the best player in the game. I think I'm like an average gold player, so it's like I'm like top 25%, but it's still not even that big of a deal. So like the reason I pick League of Legends is because of how passionate I am about the game, and I felt like my passion could carry me in my streams, and I wouldn't have to divert so much attention into the game to keep a conversation with my community, because I know the game, I know how to play the game, I understand the ins and outs of the game. I may not be the best of the game, but I understand it enough to where I can carry a conversation on with you and also continue streaming at the same time. So being comfortable with the game, being passionate about a game, it overrules all the other stuff regardless of growth or not. And you just really have to align your goals with your passion and find out where they meet in the middle, and that's where you want to be at with the gaming selection you choose. So maybe you like a bunch of games, and maybe you list those games in order of popularity, and then go down the list of what game you're most comfortable playing, as well as talking to other people with, and then find that happy medium where your goal meets your passion, and that's what game you should decide on. Again, with game selection, it is extremely important. I mean, you go from like being undiscoverable to being an amazingly fast growth streamer. An example I want to provide you with how big game selection is There was a streamer named Derp Dream that had hosted me a few times when I first started streaming out of nowhere. I watched the stream go from 800 followers to 8,000 followers within 2 weeks. And it's because Derp was streaming Black Ops 2. Now this game was older. I think Black Ops 3 was already out by that time. The streamer was streaming Black Ops 2 and was getting 50 to 100 to 200 followers every stream for 2 weeks straight. Ridiculous numbers, more than that at some points. And it went from 800 followers from when I first started following the channel to 8,000 followers. And had that trend continued, this person would have been partnered, but they stopped streaming. But the point of this is they streamed a particular game that had a particular audience's interest, and it blew up because there was not many people streaming that game. It was a popular game still amongst a lot of younger folks, and it made the streamer grow super fast. And this streamer had primarily streamed nothing but League of Legends. So this was a League of Legends Call of Duty streamer, but it wasn't a Black Ops streamer. It was like the Modern Warfare 3, I think, or the other Modern Warfare Call of Duty. So this person would stream Modern Warfare and then also League of Legends, but never Black Ops. And then when they switched over to Black Ops, although it was the older Black Ops, it was still very popular on the platform, and it helped that person grow tremendously. So the point of my story is that depending on the game you play, you will see varied success or varied interests on the platform. A personal example for me, I played a game called Doki Doki Literature Club, and I really had no interest in the game prior to going into it. I took it as a suggestion from a community member to try it out, and which I do recommend everybody try Doki Doki Literature Club. That game is amazing. So I tried that game, and and again, this is all modest. I mean, I keep it relative because I don't have a large viewership base. I don't have a large following, but compared to what my normal averages were, I doubled those averages without any hosts, without any raids, without any assistance from other streamers. I doubled my viewership averages. I increased my follower count in a single stream. I think I hit records on everything from that game alone. And it goes to show that your growth is not always dependent on how good you are. It is also tied to the game that you play as well. So make sure you understand that. And it goes back to the previous videos that we talked about. What kind of streamer are you? Are you an entertainer? Are you a professional gamer? Are you a hybrid? And then what game selection, what game are you selecting to play? What game are you going to stream? Those things all go into how well your stream will potentially do. And again, you have to deliver at the end of the day. No matter if you pick the best game, you identify what you are. If you don't deliver as a streamer, then no one's going to come and watch you. No one's going to stick around and come back to see you anymore. Honestly, if you're boring, if you're not engaging, interactive with your stream, nobody's going to care about you. They're going to come, they'll be there, and then it'll be gone. And like I said, unless you're like an amazing professional streamer like Ninja. So let me tell you what I've done with my stream and what success I've had with it, and is also what my future plans kind of consist of. So I started off streaming nothing but League of Legends. 4 days a week. So I've always streamed at least 4 days a week. I streamed League of Legends Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I did not stream any other game for about, I want to say, until this year, honestly. It was from June to December, so about 6-7 months. I did not stream any other game besides League of Legends. So my community was built off of a League of Legends following. Now, after the new year came about, I started branching off into other games, but I did not take away from my League of Legends community that I had built up, because again, if you just pulled the rug out from the community that you just built, they're not going to stick around, and you're going to lose all the momentum you just built up. So what I did, I was like, you know what? I cannot take away League of Legends streams, but I can add streams and do different games on those other days. And because I only stream about 4 to 6 hours a night, so I don't really stream like long hours, like 8 to 12 hours, like some streamers do. I'm not able to split my stream in half from one game to another, because it wouldn't be enough time, especially with League of Legends games lasting anywhere from 20 minutes to 40 minutes if you're in my elo. So what I did, I said, you know what, I'm gonna keep my League of Legends streams on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday. But I'm going to try to stream on Mondays. I'll try to stream on a Tuesday. I'll try to stream on a Thursday. I will try different games on those days that I normally don't stream. I will try a different game. And regardless of what happens, I will be happy, because I'll be able to try different games. I'll be able to expose people to different games. And I don't stream on this date anyway, so it's just a bonus stream that regular viewers get to see. And if I'm doing my job right, people will start liking me over the game that I'm playing, and they'll watch me no matter what. The ultimate goal with being a broadcaster is transcending the game and being someone that is engaging, entertaining, and you get people to come to your stream because of you, not the game. So you transcend the game, you become bigger than the game. The viewer comes for you, not necessarily the game or the gameplay. The game was what initially draws a viewer to your stream, but you as a broadcaster or a streamer, you're the one that keeps them there, and you're the one that gets them to come back and engage with you and continue to engage with you. And that is your ultimate goal, to be engaging, to be entertaining, to be interactive, to put on a show in whatever form you see fit. And there are multiple ways to achieve those goals, but that is the goal at the end of the day, to become an engaging, interactive streamer. And again, my future plans for the stream are to continue to branch out and play other games, because I do want a diverse community. I don't want a single community, for many reasons, but the main reason that I want to discuss with you today is diversifying your game portfolio. Because if anything were to ever happen to League of Legends and the company went belly up, I would lose a portion of my viewership, because we're maybe not as diversified as other communities as far as game selection is concerned. So what I want to do is I want to future-proof myself, so that way if League of Legends completely bombs out and becomes unpopular, obviously this is highly unlikely, if they bomb out and become unpopular, then I have other games I can leverage to improve keep the momentum of my community going in a positive growth trend. Also, there's a slight chance that maybe another game that I stream will be more entertaining than League of Legends, and I may abandon or move on from League of Legends altogether and jump into a game that everybody in my community, even my League of Legends fans, will appreciate. There's always that option as well. But again, if you're starting out as a streamer and you're really having a difficult time with game selection, I would say find the one game that you're extremely passionate about. Look it up on Twitch for like a week. See what kind of viewership it's getting, especially during the time that you play in the stream, and see if it's something that is promising, that will help you with growth. And also, while you're at it, you might as well interact with those communities and start networking ahead of time before you even start streaming, so that way you have supporters when you do start streaming. And again, don't self-advertise, don't self-promote in other people's channels. Be genuinely interested in their stream and in what they're all about. Do not promote yourself. Do not passive promote. Do not fucking do self promotions like, oh, I gotta go now, I'm gonna go stream, guys, I'll see you later. Oh, hey, if you guys are bored, come check out my stream. Don't do any of that scumbag stuff. Just be there for the streamer, get to know them, and really like make friends, honestly, and then go from there. But guys, game selection is extremely important. Do not take it lightly. Do your homework. Write down all the games that you care about. Do the research on Twitch. Make a selection. Stick with it. And then if it doesn't work, you can always change it. Just so you know, you can always change it. Just because you pick one game and maybe it doesn't work out for you, and you lose your community, you can always start over. I know it sucks to start anything over, but that is possible. It's not the end of the world. So experiment, try different things, and you never know. Something might take hold and you'll take off and you'll become the next ninja. And streaming video games with Drake, Travis Scott, and Juju Smith-Schuster. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much, guys. I hope this video was somewhat helpful as far as game selection is concerned. If you have any questions about game selection or what games that I play in addition to League of Legends, please leave a comment below. And as always, if you like any of my content, please like, share, subscribe. It really helps me grow as a content creator. It really motivates me to continue building more content for you. I'm going to do it anyways, even if you don't, but it helps me feel even more motivated to do so. So thank you so much for your time, guys, and I'll see you on the next episode of Faded Chronicles. This is Daddy Steve, signing out.